Hello, this is WellArmedWithTacos, and welcome to another Stories from Sector 8 video. This will be a short one. This is another campaign game in the campaign series that I'll be doing. As I said before, almost all the games I will be playing from here on out will be campaign series games. Maybe every once in a while there will be a non-campaign game, but more likely than not, I only get about one game a weekend, and it'll be my one shot to do the campaign game. So it'll mostly be campaigns. This is one of the campaign games I played. I played this one on the 1st of this month, October, and I'm only now recording this because I keep putting this aside. The thing about these Stories from Sector 8 videos is while I'm okay doing them, they are rapidly becoming the most unsuccessful thing that I do. So the morale to do them is very low. A lot of these go up with 0 views, but it is what it is. So the other reason I didn't want to talk about this one is because this one will be blissfully short. There's not a lot I can say about this one. Just in the last video, I'm playing Necrons this campaign, and my opponent was Chaos, a different player. It is only 6 of us, 3 on each team, so it'll be player A, player B, player C, and then when I do that, it'll be one of them 3 again, and it'll be like that over and over and over, unless the judge has to step in because somebody has to call it short, which actually happened to another player. Let me quickly discuss the other games that have gone on in the frame of time. A couple of them I sort of saw, a couple of them I didn't. One of them I didn't, I guess. Tyranids on my team versus Imperial Guard on their team. Tyranids won, and it was pretty predetermined. The guard player lost pretty hard, to the point where the guard player isn't particularly interested in playing the campaign, kind of like I am. The Imperial Guard player hadn't played 40k for a long time, and this was kind of his thing to get back into it, and he immediately he lost pretty hard. But Tyranids can be a real tough army to play against. What essentially happened is he had a Hellhound. I believe it's called a Demolisher for them. He basically had a Vindicator version of what the Imperial Guard have. And he had a Lehman Russ. Other than that, he was basically Infantry Guard, and the other player, the Tyranid player, brought 4 monstrous creatures, and Infantry Guard were just not able to drop them. He brought a Tyrannifex, which is a mother type big monster that spits out little things, and the little things we're dealing with as guardsmen. So it was relatively one-sided. By the end of the game, he had dropped 0 out of 4 monstrous creatures, and when you're fighting Tyranids, you just can't do that. You have to take those things down quickly, or there'll be a problem, and they were for him. He was unable to do it. So he's not feeling so hot. He was supposed to play against the Tyranid player again, but he opted out. He said, "I don't want to play. I don't want to play again." And we're giving him time to decide if he wants to keep playing. But the first round matches were me versus Harlequins, him versus Tyranids, and then Chaos versus Blood Angels. He and the Tyranid player kind of had to skip their rounds. So on Saturday, on the 1st, they were supposed to play, and then they were supposed to play their second round game on Sunday, the following day, and he didn't want to play Sunday after just playing Saturday, and he lost so hard. So on Sunday, as one of the second round games, and I will be going over both second round games in this video. All three second round videos are going to be in this video. Second round games are going to be in this video. So on Sunday, the judge stepped in for him, and the judge brought his Chaos. The judge he's one of the Chaos players. He has Codex Khorne Demon King Codex and Codex Chaos Demons, and he also has a pseudo Codex, not a real Codex, called Heretics and Renegades. So he stepped in and he played against the Tyranid player, and the Tyranid player won that one as well. He won it basically just through holding objectives. The Chaos player wasn't exactly... neither of them were exactly losing, but the Tyranid player was holding more objectives. He brought more units, and he was just able to hold more than the other guy. The other game that happened, the Harlequins versus the Blood Angels, the other second round match. This was another one that was sort of like the guard player. By the end of it, the Harlequin player really wasn't feeling it anymore. Especially he was way worse about it than the guard player was. The guard player just kind of took it and then said, "I don't know if I want to continue playing." The Harlequin player was throwing him models across the table. I'm gonna get a little silent here, because as I think about that, if you play 40K or anything like it all, it's one of those things where we all share stress with one another. It's one of those things that, and when somebody starts throwing models, the whole room gets silent, because we've all been there, and nobody likes to see expensive $40 pieces of plastic get chucked across the room, in addition to everything else he was chucking like his dice. He didn't do it to anyone else's stuff, but he was not having a grand old time. It was Harlequins versus Dark Eldar, and the Harlequin player has never been... The Harlequin player is first... He's kind of new to 40K, and his first army he's been playing is his Harlequins. And Harlequins is just a rough army to start off with, because Harlequins only have one trick. They're a one-shot pony. They are an assault codex. That is all they are. They are a squishy assault codex. And he was rolling this guy when he was playing against the Blood Angels player. This is some of the worst rolls I've ever seen. Like seriously, like his Harlequins were assaulting Blood Angels and losing. Like it was rough. It was rough for that guy. Here's the kicker. When he started throwing models, and when he started getting really, really mad, like he was throwing dice the whole time, but when he really started getting to the breaking point, the judge and the player I played against, both on like the judge is neutral and the other guy was on his team, both started helping him win the match, basically telling him the best thing he could do, and he won. They said, if you go here and hold this objective and do this and hold this objective, you can still win. I have mixed feelings on this. The Blood Angels player, although even disregarding the fact that he's on my team, he lost his other game as well. I think that he kind of like he should have had this one. He should have won this one. He did have this one. He would have had this one won if other players weren't trying to help that guy, show him some better strategy. So the Harlequin player won that one with outside help, and he was not winning on table strength. If the game had kept going, he would have lost. But he jumped on some objectives, and the game ended turn 5, and it went to his victory. I feel bad for the Blood Angel player, but on the same token, I also feel like if the Harlequin player hadn't won that match, he probably would not be playing in the campaign either, because that would have been very demoralizing. It's sucky all around. That was a horrible game to watch. It stressed everybody out. My match, Necrons versus Chaos, was not good. It did not go over well. The Chaos player I was playing against is using the Traitors Hate supplement book. That could basically be the end of this video. I can end this video right now just by saying Traitors Hate. That's all it takes. That supplement it's I don't want to curse in one of these videos. It's broken. It's wrong. It's cheesy. It's cheating, and it needs to be patched and taken care of. It needs to be errated. It's way too strong. The Chaos players in the room are all like, "This made Chaos good again." No, Chaos has always been strong. They have always been a strong codex. They are just in between us and Grey Knights, and they're like on the same page Space Wolves are. Universally more expensive than Codex Space Marines, better in every way to Codex Space Marines. There's nothing that Space Marines can do that Chaos can't do better. It's basically all it comes down to. Traitors Hate makes it worse. The objective we were playing, all the second round games are the same thing. Scouring, which is 6 objectives on the table. One objective is worth 1 point. 2 objectives are worth 2 points. 2 objectives are worth 3 points. 1 objective is worth 4 points. So it's 6 objectives. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Yeah, that's 6. Me count. Me do good math. You put the tokens on the table. You don't flip them over, so nobody knows what number they are. Then you set up deployment zones. Then you set up models. Then you play the game. Immediately, right off the bat, we both put our models on the table. All the objectives have to flip at this point. I have one objective in my area. It's a 2. He has 2 objectives in his zone. The single 4 and one of the 3s. And his first turn, he moves up and he takes another 3 and a 1. And the last remaining objective in front of me, but not my deployment zone, is the last 2. The list I brought 2 groups of warriors, only 10 men strong each, and I brought a unit of immortals, 10 men strong, with Tesla. I brought an Annihilation Barge with Tesla. I brought 2 units of destroyers, with 3 destroyers and 1 heavy destroyer each. And then I brought a Royal Court with my Overlord Warlord, my hero for this, a Cryptek, and a Lord. And then I brought a Cryptek as the HQ and the Combined Arms Attachment, which I had everything else in it. My idea going into this was that I knew his book was kind of capable of anything. I knew he could bring cultists. I knew he could bring space marines. I knew he could bring monstrous creatures. I wanted to bring a bunch of destroyers, and I brought 8, so that I would be prepared for any of those circumstances. I was still not prepared for what he brought. He surprised me. He really did. With Trader's Hate, you can take an insane amount of troop choices. He brought 7 units of cultists. I did not have the strength. I did not have the sheer number of firepower to drop 7 units of cultists. And all 7 of his units of cultists have a special rule where if they die, he gets to roll a die. On a 4-up, they come back at full strength. So he had 7 units of cultists that, in theory, could never be truly killed. And he gets the 4 and he gets the 3 in his deployment zone. So the course of the game changes. As a Necron player, my primary strategy is turtle. Oh, I also brought a unit of Immortals. I should mention that. Immortals. I said Immortals. I meant Lich Guard. I brought a unit of Lich Guard. I brought Lich Guard, Immortals, Warriors, Barge, Destroyers, and then Cryptek, Lord, Overlord. He brought 7 units of cultists. He brought a Demon Prince. He brought a unit of Space Marines and a Rhino. And I think that's it, actually. Yeah, I think that was it. It's a 1,500 point game. Right off, like, my whole strategy as a Necron player, especially with this kind of list, is turtle. I have to turtle. And when he's got a 4 and a 4 and a 3 in his deployment zone, I can't turtle anymore. I have to move forward. Not too much of a problem on its own. Here's the thing. He brought a bunch of deep strike. This is the rest of his army I forgot to mention. He had 3 separate units of obliterators that were all deep striking. I think it was only 3. It might have even been 4 units. It might have been 4 units of obliterators that were all deep striking. He had stuff deep striking. So he had stuff deep striking behind me that I couldn't ignore. So I was stuck in my deployment zone the whole game. And to make it all worse, when I throw my book on my desk, because just thinking about this ticks me off, and this is what makes his book so strong. At the start of each of his turns, he gets to roll in his boon chart for one of his characters that he determines and see what happens, including his cultist characters, who on the boon chart, nothing is bad for them. Even if they turn to a chaos spawn is 35 points, and his cultist, I actually got the number at this point, his cultist sergeant is 5 points. Again, just like the last time I played against this guy, one of his cultists turned into a demon prince. At that point, the 1,500 versus 1,500 point game turned into a 1,500 versus 1,700 point game. The Demon Prince he calculated was 208 points, and he had a 5-point sergeant turn into it for free. All it cost him was that 5-point sergeant. That is summoning. I don't care if it's not officially summoning, it is summoning. It is turning something into something that far out costs it. With the regular Chaos book, you can't, like, anyone can do it, but they have to kill a character in close combat. They have to kill a character. His Chaos Cultist Sergeant would have to kill a character, and for that's like very hard to do. His Space Marine Sergeants, whatever, they have a chance to do it, but he doesn't get to do it for free at the start of a turn. Just see what happens. He got a Demon Prince out of a 5-point model for free at one of the start of his turns for nothing, and it was just I can't deal with that. I can't deal with a 1,700 point list with a 1,500 point list. It's unfair. It really is unfair. There's nothing I can do about that. With my Necron Codex, the most I could do if I wanted to summon things, if I wanted to build a summon list, I could bring a Repair Barge that repairs D3 warriors a turn, and I could bring spiders that can make scarabs and possibly kill themselves in the process. Ooh, scarabs. You know how many scarabs I'd have to summon to get to a point cost of a Demon Prince? A lot of scarabs. It just wasn't possible. He didn't table me, but the game ended turn 5 and the points were 3 to 14. I had 3 points, he had 14 points. I didn't get slaughtered. I wasn't tabled, but it was not close. It was not remotely close, especially when he just said, I summoned a Demon Prince. There's no answer for that. And every time I play against this guy in the upcoming rounds over the course of the year, it's going to be like this every time. It's my 5-point Chaos guy turns into a Demon Prince, and it's like, well, enjoy your 203 points. I'm getting... Really, if it happens again, I think I might just concede. There's nothing I can do against a free 200-point summon. There's nothing. Even if you count the 5 points it costed for a Sergeant, he still goes up 203 points. There's nothing I can do against that. I got screwed by the objectives because he had so many more points in the deployment zone, and I was not able to push forward. He didn't kill my character, so it was just a regular thing. Current points in the campaign are 9 and 9. You get 3 points for every time you win. So we've won 3, they've won 3. We're perfectly tied, but there's nothing I can do against this one guy. This currently, let's see. I have 1-1 lost 1. Tyranid player has 1-1-1-1. Guard has lost 1, counting the judge as playing as one game. So Guard is lost, and Blight Angels is lost, and the other Chaos guy has 1-1, and Harlequins is lost. So really, it's just a couple of people like really upholding their teams. But that Chaos guy, that Traitors Hate Codex, that Traitors Hate supplement book is just so strong. Alright, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you guys next week probably with another video. Thanks for listening.